Have you ever found yourself at a loss after losing a loved one? Have you stood in front of a grave, unable to speak, filled with regret and questions you'll never get to ask? Have you wondered whether there is still anything meaningful you can do for them even after death? Welcome back to the channel, where we explore life's most profound transitions and search for healing through insight and soul wisdom. Today we ask a question many have silently carried in their hearts after someone we love dies. Is there anything we can still do for them? This video is not about grief as an emotional reaction but about grief as spiritual action. It's not about how to mourn but how to transform loss into love that continues to serve. The pain of death is unlike any other. There is a finality to it that nothing in life prepares you for. No goodbye is long enough. No embrace is warm enough. And no words can fill the silence left behind. But what if we've misunderstood the nature of that silence? What if, instead of marking the end, it actually marks the beginning of a new kind of connection? In Buddhist teachings, life and death are not opposites. They are part of the same continuum. Life is temporary lodging. Death is returning home. As the saying goes, the living are like travelers, the dead have returned. Let us consider a story. A young man lost his mother in a sudden accident. Overwhelmed by grief, he began visiting her grave daily. He brought flowers, burned incense, and cried for hours. But nothing seemed to ease his sorrow. Then an old monk at the temple saw him and said, "Your mother's soul is not comforted by tears. What she needs is light." The young man asked, "What kind of light?" The monk replied, "The light you create through your actions." That moment changed everything. From then on, the man began volunteering in his mother's name. He planted trees, donated to orphans, and helped elders in need. Each act, he imagined, was like sending light to his mother's spirit. Years later, he said, "I still miss her. But now I feel like she walks with me in every good thing I do." This is the heart of what we'll explore today. Love doesn't end with death, but it must be transformed. It can no longer be expressed through words or physical gestures. It must take new form through deeds, through healing, through living well. One powerful way to honor a loved one is through what many traditions call merit dedication or spiritual offering. In Buddhism, this is known as transfer of merit, whereby the living perform virtuous deeds and mentally dedicate them to the deceased. But this is not about rituals alone. It's about the spirit behind them. Whether you light a candle, recite a prayer, volunteer at a shelter, or simply become a better person, it is the intention of love that becomes the bridge. Think about this: when your loved one was alive, what did they wish for you? Most likely they wanted you to be safe, to be happy, to be kind, to live well. Continuing that legacy is the truest way of staying connected. Let us shift our understanding of mourning. Instead of asking, "How do I go on?" we can ask, "How can I live in a way that continues the love we shared?" Hear us another story. An elderly woman lost her husband of 40 years. For months she barely spoke. She would sit by the window and stare at the empty garden they once tended together. One day, she decided to plant new flowers, not to replace him, but to honor him. She started small. One pot, one flower, one day at a time. Eventually, neighbors began stopping by. The garden bloomed. Children played nearby. The house was no longer a monument to sorrow but a sanctuary of life. She said, "I water the flowers with my tears. But now they give me something back: color, fragrance, visitors, joy. My husband would have loved that." In every tradition you'll find echoes of this truth. When we transform our pain into service, our grief becomes grace. You don't need to build temples. Sometimes the simplest act, done with love, becomes sacred. Imagine this: you start a scholarship in your parent's name. You mentor someone struggling the way your sibling once did. You adopt a pet because your partner loved animals. These are not replacements. They are echoes. They are ripples of love. It's not just about them, it's also about you. Because when we do good in their name, something in us heals too. We no longer feel helpless. We feel purposeful. The void becomes a vessel. The absence becomes presence. And slowly, silently, we begin to smile again, not because the pain is gone, but because the love has found a new language. This is the secret many miss mourning. Doesn't have to be passive. It can be active, can be prayer, it can be poetry, can be painting, it can be showing up fully to your life. The goal is not to forget, but to carry them forward with you. In every step, every breath, every good thing you do. Now let us take a moment to reflect. What if your loved one could speak to you right now? Would they want you drowning in sorrow or rising in strength? Would they want you to give up or to grow? They are gone in body, but they live in memory, in blood, in legacy. Every cell in your body carries part of their story. Living fully is not betrayal. It's the highest form of loyalty. There is another practice, known as inner offering. This is when you sit in silence, place your hands on your heart, and speak to them not with words but with presence. You tell them through your being, I remember. I thank you. I continue. Some people write letters to their lost ones. Others create art, songs, memorials. Some simply sit by their favorite place, breathe deeply, and smile. There is no right way. There is only your way. What matters is that the love doesn't end in death. It begins again in you. If you've lost someone, know this: your grief is not a weakness. It's a reflection of your capacity to love. And love, when redirected toward goodness, becomes eternal. Let the pain carve you into someone deeper. Let the tears water something new. Let the silence speak wisdom. Let the ending become a doorway. We are all visitors here. Some stay longer, some go sooner. But we all return to the same source. The only question is, what do we do with the time we have? Live well. Love fully. And let those you've lost become your light. Thank you for watching this video. If this touched your heart, please share your reflections in the comments. Let us know how you've honored your loved ones. Like the video, subscribe for more soul wisdom, and send this to someone who needs comfort. Your grief matters, and your love continues.